What's up, everybody? It's your boy C-Money, and I'm back with another video, and today we're talking about Raw reactions. But first, I gotta say, I know last week I wasn't able to make Raw reactions or SmackDown reactions because it was just fell far behind with the schedule, and it was just fell far behind, and then I'm like, you know what, we'll just wait. But it's all good because I'm back now, So, let's talk about Raw, So, Raw last night. Actually, no, I'm sorry, it wasn't last night. It was 2 nights ago because today is Wednesday. Raw was pretty good. Here, 1 second, I gotta get my charger so I can plug in my phone. No, Raw was pretty good. So it starts off with the Bloodline coming out because the Usos were supposed to defend their titles against. And Sami Zayn and Jey Uso are like bros now. It's so cool, because last week, remember, I wasn't able to make Raw reactions last week, so see if I could talk a little bit about last week's Raw, but just Sami and Jey were just like hugging now. And it was funny because Jey, Jimmy, and Sami all had a group hug, and they're like, and Solo was over there like, serious. She's like, and they wanted Solo to join the group hug, and they're like, come on, Solo, join the group hug. And then Solo was like, and then he was about to do it, and then Kevin Owens came out. But it was, and Kevin Owens said, like, how he's done with Sami Zayn. He doesn't want to wrestle him anymore. He doesn't want to talk to him anymore. He doesn't want to travel with him anymore. Just nothing. Kevin Owens is just done with Sami Zayn. Because since what he did at Survivor Series War Games. But the Usos were supposed to defend their tag team championships against Elias and Matt Riddle. But the Bloodline attacked Matt Riddle earlier on in the night, earlier before Raw started, so Elias was unable to compete, So, but Riddle found a new partner, Kevin Owens, and they came out, they faced the Usos for the Tag Team Championships. The Usos retained in the end, with, Solo was getting involved, and Sami Zayn and stuff, And Kevin Owens was chasing, because they started beating up Riddle after the match. Kevin Owens started chasing Sami Zayn and the Usos away with a chair. And then Solo Sikoa got in the ring and started beating the crap out of Riddle. And if you didn't realize, the theme songs I was just playing were both of Umaga's theme song. If you don't know who Umaga is, this guy right here. Umaga, He wrestled back in like 2006, 7, 8, 9, and then in the WWE, he's part of the Samoan family, the Anoa'i family, with The Rock, Usos, Yokozuna, all them, part of the Samoan family. He passed away in 2009. Rest in peace, Umaga. And I think, I'm not sure if it was a few days ago. I think a few days ago, 13 years ago, back in 2009, around this time, is when he passed away, I think. I might be wrong. I think that, so Solo Sikoa had a little tribute to him, because when he was beating the crap out of Riddle, he hit Riddle with the Samoan spike, where it's the thumb, and it's all taped up, and it goes right to the throat, And he was also doing, the senton, where the guys, sit down in the corner, and then he runs and does, a hip attack. Oh, and the backside just, boom, smacks the person's face. Umaga did that move, and, of course, he did the Samoan spike. That was his finisher. So, Solo just gave a little tribute to Umaga, without saying anything, just doing that was, a tribute, And then, it kind of cut away, but it kind of showed him looking up at this, because just honoring Umaga, which is because he was a part of their family. He's a part of the Anoa'i Samoan family, so it was very cool to see him do that, Rest in peace, Umaga. Umaga, Yokozuna, all those who passed away in that family, And Umaga, because a few days ago, around this time, 13 years ago, I think he passed away. So that's why he did that. He did that. Trip honoring him. So rest in peace, Umaga. And then he took a chair and put it on Riddle's head, and then did that hip attack again, and backside, boom, smacked his head. And the chair was on his head, and he's in the corner, so just attack right with the chair right in his head. So Riddle had to be taken out on a stretcher. No, I was saying though, could you imagine if Randy Orton came out and Riddle's I found a partner, and imagine if it was Randy Orton? No, because as you know, I'm not sure if I said it, but I'm gonna say now, Randy Orton, major back issues. He's gonna have surgery, or he's already had surgery. I'm not sure yet, but Randy Orton is going to be out for like a while, yeah, and who knows when he'll be back. But we're praying, we're hoping for you, Randy. We love you, buddy. Get well soon, Randy Orton. We can't wait to see you back. Get well soon, Randy. Yeah, but yeah. So Riddle to be taken out on a stretcher. They have Bailey defeats Rhea Ripley and Asuka in a triple threat match after Becky Lynch came out and they talked a little bit. They also brawled last week on Raw, yeah, because, yeah, since Becky returned to fight at War Games, yeah, she has a bone to pick with Damage Control, and Becky and Damage Control were brawling last week. Then, they had 2 triple threat matches. The winner of each match would face each other next week in a number 1 contenders match, and the winner would face Bianca Belair for this Raw Women's Championship. So Bayley wins the first one. The second one, which is in the main event, Becky Lynch, Nikki Cross, Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss picks up the win. It would have been Becky Lynch, but Damage Control came out and attacked Becky Lynch, which I kind of figured would happen. I'm like, all right, they're either going to have Becky win or like Damage Control cost Becky, which they did. So then next week, Becky is going to cost Bayley. Yeah, because Bayley's going to face Alexa Bliss because they both won the match. Yeah, which I'm excited to see Alexa Bliss win because, yeah, it's been over 4 years since she's been, like, Raw or Smash. She's been Women's Tag Team Champion recently, as you know, but she hasn't been Raw or Raw or SmackDown Women's Champion, a singles Women's Champion in a long time, in over 4 years. So I'm happy to see Alexa Bliss back with that, yeah. Back in the title picture, and some weird stuff because she had Lily backstage with her, and that Bray Wyatt thing, the Bray Wyatt logo, keeps popping up in the background behind her. Yeah, so, and it happened last week too, when Alexa was acting a little weird last week too. So yeah, so Bray Wyatt, does he have a hold, or Uncle Howdy, whoever has a hold of Alexa Bliss again? Yeah, because remember Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt, yeah, have history in the past. Yes. Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley had a little brawl. Seth getting in his head, talking about Brock Lesnar and stuff. JBL had the poker invitational. It was cool, because when JBL was like in the APA with Ron Simmons and stuff, they would always play poker. So yeah, JBL, yeah, he's always been poker, and it's funny because you have Akira Tozawa, Dominic Mysterio, the OC, Dexter Lumis and Johnny show up with the big bag of money. Yeah, JBL called him Jason, and he's like, you don't get an invitation up in Crystal Lake. You don't get mail up in Crystal Lake. But you didn't get invited. It's invitational only, yeah. And then he shows him the money, and he's like, yeah, no. Him and Baron Corbin are like, yeah, come on in, yeah. And Alpha Academy and all them other. So yeah, it was just funny. Dexter Lumis won, and Baron's like, how do you keep winning? And then he says he's cheating, and Dexter brings out like an axe. And so it was a very cool segment. And then in the end, Baron Corbin was cheating, so then the OC got all pissed, and then they challenged them to a match, and the Alpha Academy, Baron Corbin and the Alpha Academy, to a match with the OC. Yeah. And JBL was like, no fighting in here, you fight out there. Yeah. So JBL was all mad because everyone got all mad and ruined the game. And then Johnny and Dexter was like, all right, I guess we won. Yeah, and just took all the money. Yeah. And he gave like a band of money to the poker guy. He's like, yeah. He's like, here. Yeah, I love Dexter. And because last week, oh my god, I forgot to mention, yeah. Last week, Dexter Lumis defeated The Miz. Yeah. Which means he now has all the money that The Miz owes him. He gave him, yep. And Dexter now has a WWE contract. And it was cool because Dexter was handing money out to the kids in the audience. And then The Miz, like, Dexter handed like $100 bill to a fan, and then The Miz attacked Dexter, and he took that bill away from him. Yeah, and it was so sad. Then Johnny came out. Johnny Gargano super kicked The Miz, and gave the kid back the $100 bill. Oh, yeah, it was just such a great moment. But yes, Dexter now has all that money and is now has signed a contract, so now he's officially a member of the roster. Yeah. And Miz has kind of said he's in financial debt because he tried to join the poker game, and JB was like, yeah, of course, but you have to pay. I'm sorry, yeah. And he's like, I'll give you my, because he said like he's in debt because he's kind of having financial troubles, yeah, the Miz, yeah, and that's his own fault. Yeah. He's like, I'll give you my Rolex, and JBL's like, you know that's not real, right? It's like, he has a fake Rolex on. It was funny, yeah. But, yeah, so JB, it was just funny, and then in the OC and defeat Baron Corbin and the Alpha Academy. Yeah. And then Austin Theory fought Mustafa Ali for the United States Championship. Dolph Ziggler interfered, causing a disqualification. Then he took out Ziggler and Mustafa Ali. And next week it's going to be Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins were brawling, because next week Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins are going to fight each other. The winner faces Austin Theory for the United States Championship. Yeah, whenever. Yeah, it just becomes the number one contender. Bobby Lashley also speared like an official by just a producer. Yeah, by accident. Yeah, and Adam Pearce is like, I know it was an accident, just don't do it again. And Bobby's like, don't get in my way. Yeah, simple as that. You don't throw. He's like, so if you get thrown into the lion's den and someone gets mauled by a lion, it's the lion's fault. No, just don't get into the lion's den. Yeah. So Bobby's like, hey, just don't get in my way. Yeah. Dominic Mysterio defeats Akira Tozawa because they had a little thing in the poker. Because Akira Tozawa was pretty good at poker. And Dominic, he tried to cheat. Yeah, because he thinks he's Eddie Guerrero. When he'll never be like Eddie Guerrero or Rey Mysterio. Yeah. And then, yeah, so Judgment Dominic defeats Akira Tozawa. And then they try to beat up Akira Tozawa some more. But then the Street Profits come out and help him out, which was cool. And then, let's see, am I missing anything? Yeah. And then it was funny because Candice LeRae, and remember, Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano are married, yeah, husband and wife. So Candice LeRae is getting interviewed, then Johnny Dexter shows up, he's like, hey wife, and she goes, hey hubby. It was so weird. It was funny though. And she goes, how'd the poker thing go? He's like, I guess we won, and Dexter's like, he always does the thumbs up. Yeah, because he doesn't talk. He just does thumbs up. And then he shows him the money, and Candace is like, what the... And then Johnny, like, covers her mouth, and Byron Saxton's interviewing her. She's like, I hate to be that guy. I hate to be that person, but that's a lot of money. We have to go spend that money. Yeah. And then... It was just very funny, yeah. But, Candice LeRae just talking about, because Candice LeRae returned last week. And so did the Street Profits. Yeah, I forgot to mention. Yeah, the Street Profits returned last week too. Yeah, Street Profits and Candice LeRae returned last week. Candice LeRae, because remember, like a month and a half ago, Damage Control like took her out in like an interview. So now she's back and she wants payback. And last week she defeated Dakota Kai in one-on-one match. Next week she faces Io Sky. Yeah, and then Alexa Bliss wins the next triple threat match because Damage Control cost Becky Lynch. Yeah. So then, yeah, that means that Becky is going to cost Bayley because Bayley won her triple threat match next week. Yeah. But but that was it though. Yeah, there. And then SmackDown. This Friday on SmackDown is going to be good because we got on now. The tag team titles will be on the line, and Kurt Angle's birthday, I think, or it's his birthday celebration. I'm not sure if that day is actually his birthday, but yeah, if it is, yes, it's going to be Kurt Angle birthday celebration. So I cannot wait to see that. Yeah, Kurt Angle birthday celebration, and Sheamus and Butch are going to fight the Usos for the tag team championships. Yeah, it was supposed to be Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, but Drew McIntyre's unable to compete, so so it's going to be Sheamus and Butch now are going to face the Usos. And, because again, I wasn't able to make SmackDown reactions last week either, so yeah, I'll talk about SmackDown last week a little bit like I did here. So I'll talk about SmackDown a little bit, last week's SmackDown a little bit in this week's episode of SmackDown reactions, yeah. Just like how I did with last week's Raw, and yeah. But that's it. Stay tuned for tomorrow because I got a special video coming out tomorrow. But that's it, guys. Again, I'm back. I know I missed last week, but freshman JV soccer team, I made that video, though. Make sure you check that out. Yeah. Guys, but that's it, though. Leave a comment, like, subscribe for more, and C Money is out.